Hi guys, let's look at the next chapter. Next chapter that we start is section and midpoint formula. Now in grade 9, we've done a couple of things. Let's revise them. So let's say this is a Cartesian plane or XY axis, and I have to find the distance between point A and point B. Now how do I find that out? This point is 2, 0. This point is 6, 0. The distance between them is two boxes. One box is 2 units. Therefore, AB is equal to 4 units. We've done this many times. Now let me try and find the distance between C and D. Now C and D is 1, 2, 3 boxes. So CD is equal to 6 units because one box is equal to 2 units. Now, in case I have to find the distance between, let's say, point E and point F, let's say this is point E and this is point F. Well, I hope you remember we use something called a distance formula, where we said distance between two objects is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, the square root of it. So this was distance formula. Now let's say if I have to find, let's say there are 2 points A and B, and there's a point P, which is X and Y, somewhere on this line. I need to find the ratio between AP and PB. Let's say I need to find this ratio. What's this ratio? How do I find that out? Distance formula won't help me. Let's say if I have to find, let's say, point L, which divides AL and LB, as in which divides AB in equal parts, which means AL and LB are equal, which means L is the midpoint. How do I find that? That is what we learn in this chapter, which is the section and midpoint formula. Now, simple formula, that's the only formula that we need to remember. If you remember that formula, then there is nothing else in this chapter. Let's say P divides AB in the ratio M1 is to M2, right? So if P divides AB in the ratio M1 is to M2, then the coordinates of P, which is X and Y, are given by M1x2 plus M2x1 upon M1 plus M2, and the y coordinate is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So this is a formula that you'll need to remember. M1 multiplied with x2 plus m2 multiplied with x1 divided by m1 plus m2. Similarly, for the y1, for the y coordinate, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus y2. So that's the only thing which is there in this chapter. If you do this, there is nothing else in this chapter. So this is basically a section formula. You will be able to figure out if ratio is given, m1 and m2 is given, then you will be able to figure out the coordinates of the P, or if x and y is given, then you will be able to figure out the ratio. A quick revision, abscissa is whenever you write, let's say this point 60, the abscissa is the x coordinate. So abscissa is the x coordinate and ordinate is the y coordinate of a point. That the abscissa is x coordinate, ordinate is the y coordinate. Like I told you last year as well. How do I remember? Well, A comes before O in the alphabets. That's why X, and similarly X and Y X comes by before Y in the alphabet. So X is abscissa, Y is ordinate. One more thing which we need to revise, which is point on x-axis. So any point on the x-axis, like the way we've seen A and B, the coordinate will be x comma 0. The y coordinate of this is always 0, any point on the x-axis. Similarly, any point on the y-axis, let's say C and D, the coordinates will be 0 comma y. The x coordinate will always be 0 and the y coordinate will vary. So let's look at some questions. Let's look at question number 1. So question number 1 says, calculate the coordinates of the point P, which divides the line segment joining A -4, 6 and B 3, -5 in the ratio 3:2. So this ratio is given. I've drawn a rough diagram. I always draw a rough diagram to figure out how my question looks like. So we need to, so here M1 is to M2 is given equal to 3:2. Please note, calculate the ratio is given as between A and B, not between B and A. That's why M1, if I take A first, is 3 and M2 is 2 because I'm taking A first. So if I remember using section formula, that's how we start writing using section formula. The point of the coordinates of P, which is xy, will be equal to M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2, and the other would be M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. So let's look at this. M1 is 3, x2 is 3, plus M2 is 2, x1 is negative 4 upon M1 plus M2, which is 3 plus 2. M1 is 3, y2 is negative 5, M2 is 2, y1 is 6 upon 3 plus 2. Perfect. So this will be 9 minus 8 upon 5. And this will be negative 15 plus 12 upon 5. Therefore, P will be equal to 9 minus 8, that's 1 upon 5, and minus 15 plus 12, that's negative 3 upon 5. So that's my answer. Is there anything else? No. So that's the answer. The coordinates of the point are 1 upon 5, comma, negative 3 by 5. Let's look at the next question that we do. The next question that we do is question number 2. In what ratio is the line joining 2, negative 3 and 5, 6 divided by the x-axis? Let's look at this question. The x-axis, now again, I have already drawn a rough diagram. In fact, this is better than a rough diagram because I have put it exactly as per which coordinates these should be in. So let the point of intersection, since this is on the x-axis, what would be the point of intersection? Well, the point of intersection will be, tell me, this will be x comma 0. The y coordinates will be always 0. So will be x comma 0. So let's look at this. This is given. I need to figure out the ratio. So I know that 0, which is given, is the y coordinate. This is my y coordinate. And I know how to calculate the y coordinate using distance formula, not distance, section formula. So 0 is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So let's look at this. 0 will be equal to m1, not given, y2. 2, negative 3 is the first point. So we are looking at this as m1, this as m2. So y2 is 6 plus m2 y1, which is negative 3 upon m1 plus m2. Plus cross multiply, 0 into this gives me 0. This is 6m1 minus 3m2, which means 6m1 is equal to 3m2, which means m1 is to m2 is equal to 1 is to 2. Perfect. That's the answer that we wanted. Is there anything else? In what ratio? We figured out the ratio. Let's look at question number 3. Again, in question number 3, what ratio is the line joining 2, negative 4 and negative 3, 6? So this is 0.1 and this is 0.2, which means this is we are looking at M1 and this is we are looking at M2. So let the point of intersection be, again, now since this is intersecting on the y-axis, which means the x coordinate will be 0 and the y coordinate be y. So that be 0 and y. Now we know that x coordinate of the point which is intersecting using distance formula is given by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. Let's substitute. M1 not given, x2 is negative 3 plus m2 x1 2 upon m1 plus m2. Cross multiply, 0 is equal to negative 3 m1 plus 2 m2, which means 3 m1 is equal to 2 m2, which means m1 is to m2 is equal to 2 is to 3. Simple, isn't it? The only thing you need to remember is the distance formula, which says, not distance, my mistake, section formula, which says a line joining A and B. If that point is PXY, which intersects it, then the ratio in which it divides would be M1x2 plus M2x1 upon M1 plus M2. This is the x coordinate, and y would be given by M1y2 plus M2y1 upon M1 plus M2. This one formula, and then we are done for this chapter. Let's move on. The next question that we solve would be question number 5. Let's look at this question. Question 5 says, in what ratio does the point A6 divide the join of this point and this point? So this is the point A6. It is dividing it in, it's dividing negative 4, 3, which is our point 1, and 2, 8, which is our point 2. So let this be M1 is to M2. Let the ratio of, let's give them some names. Let this be A, let this be B, and let this be P. So of AP is to PB is equal, AP is to PB is equal to M1 is to M2. So here I know the y coordinate of this point, which means 6 is equal to M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Let's substitute values. So 6 is equal to M1, y2 is 8 plus M2, y1 is 3 upon M1 plus M2, we don't know. So M1 plus M2, let's cross multiply. 6M1 plus 6M2 is equal to 8M1 plus 3M2. Let's take all M1 on one side. So it's 8M1 minus 6M1 is equal to 6M2 minus 3M2, which means 2M1 is equal to 3M2, which means M1 is to M2 is equal to 3 is to 2. So we figured out part 1, which is the ratio between AP is to PB. So we need to find the ratio. Therefore, the ratio is 3 is to 2. Now there is a second part to this question, which is also find the value of A. Now we need to find this value of A, and I know that M1 is to M2 is 3 is to 2. So now let's put this for the x coordinate, which means A is equal to M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2. Let's substitute values. A will be equal to M1, which is 3, x2, which is 2, plus M2, which is 2, x1, which is negative 4, upon M1 plus M2, which is 3 plus 2, which means A is equal to 6 minus 8 upon 5, which means A is equal to negative 2 upon 5. So what do they want? Find the value of A. Therefore, A is equal to negative 2 upon 5. Had they asked for the coordinates of P, then you would write coordinate of P would be negative 2 upon 5, comma 6. Perfect. Let's look at the next question. The next question is question number 6. It says, in what ratio is the join of 4, 3, which is this point, this is our point 1, and 2, negative 6, which is my point 2, divided by the x-axis. So this is divided by the x-axis. This is M1, this is M2. So any point on the x-axis, what would be the coordinates? Yes, the coordinate would be x0. So let the point of intersection be x comma 0. Perfect. So let's look at this question. What does it say? Find the ratio and also find the coordinates of point of intersection. Perfect. So I know that the y coordinate is 0, which means 0 is equal to M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Let's substitute values. 0 is equal to M1, y2 is negative 6 plus M2, and y1 is 3. Y2 is negative 6, y1 is 3 upon M1 plus M2. Let's cross multiply. This gives me 0 is equal to negative 6M1 plus 3M2, which means 6M1 is equal to 3M2. Therefore, M1 is to M2 is equal to 3:6, which is 1:2. Perfect. So this is what we've calculated. What does it say we want? In what ratio? Therefore, ratio is 1:2. Perfect. Part 2 says also find the coordinate of the point of intersection. So I need to calculate x. Now I know m1 is 1 and m2 is 2. So let's do this for the x coordinate. X would be equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. Let's substitute. X would be equal to m1, which is 1, multiplied with x2, which is 2, plus m2, which is 2, multiplied with x1, which is 4, upon m1 plus m2. So x will be equal to 2 plus 8, that's 10 upon 3, which means 1 upon 3. Therefore, what's the point? They have not named the point. So coordinates of point of intersection is equal to 1 upon 3 comma 0. Perfect. So this is 1 upon 3 comma 0. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we'll do will be question number 8. Let's look at question number 8. Question number 8 says the point ABCD divide this line segment joining point -5, 10. No, not -5, 10, 5, -10, and origin in 5 equal parts. So I've already written origin as 0, 0. We know the coordinates of origin are 0, 0, and this is point 5, -10. Let's name this point P. So this is dividing it into 5 equal points. So PA is equal to AB. So what is given is PA is equal to AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DO. That's what's given. What do we need to calculate? We need to calculate coordinates of B and coordinates of D. We don't know. Let's calculate. So let's look at PB. So PB is to BO. What would be the ratio? This is 2 parts and this is 3 parts. So the ratio would be 2:3. So how can I calculate the coordinates of P? So P will be equal to M1, in this case 2, M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2, and the y coordinate will be M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Perfect. You can also write using section formula. Right. So let's look at this. We are looking at 5 negative as point, the first point. So here this is 2 and this is 3. So let's put M1 is 2, X2 is 0, M2 is 3, X1 is 5 upon M1 plus M2. That's 2 plus 3. Next, M1 is 2, Y2 is 0, M2 is 3, Y1 is -10 upon 2 plus 3. So this is 2 plus 15. So 15 divided by 5 and 0 and -30 divided by 5. Therefore, B is equal to 3, -6. Done. They want us to calculate coordinates of D as well. Now, what would be the ratio? So B is 3, -6. That's my answer. I can highlight, good habit. Next, D. So the D is this point. So what would be the ratio between PD is to DO? Now this is 4 parts. Yes, this is 4 equal parts. So this is 4:1. Now let's find the coordinates of D. Again, D will be equal to M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2. And this would be M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Let's substitute values. M1 is 4, X2 is 0, M2 is 1, X1 is 5 upon 2 plus 3 or 3 or 4, no, not 2 plus 3, 4 plus 1, my mistake. And here this is M1 is 4, Y2 is 0, M2 is 1, y1 is -10, and this is 4 plus 1. This is 0 and 5, 5 upon 5, and this is 0, -10 upon 5, which means therefore d is equal to 1, comma, -2. So this is the coordinate of d. Let's see if anything else they want. Find the coordinates of b and d. We figured out the coordinates of b and d.